An estimated 1 in 23 men and 1 in 25 women will develop colon cancer in their lifetime. With colorectal cancer now the second most common cancer death in the U.S., it is vital that all adults get regular screenings for the disease. Here to talk about at-home test collection provides options for colorectal cancer screenings, I have Dr. Brian Caveney, Chief Medical Officer and President of LabCorp Diagnostics. Good morning, Doctor. How are you?
It's good to be with you, James. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Why are regular screenings for colorectal cancer vital?
Well, unfortunately, millions of Americans have changed their behaviors and are behind on taking care of their regular health care, including cancer screenings like mammograms and colorectal cancer screenings because of the pandemic. So this happens to be Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, a perfect time to learn more about preventable cancers and get the screenings that might be right for you.
Now, who should get screened for the disease and starting at what age?
Yes, the current evidence-based science and the guidelines suggest that adults between 45 and 75 of average risk and don't have symptoms should get regular periodic colorectal cancer screening tests. Now, if you have a variety of first-degree relatives who had colorectal cancer, then you may have a familial or a genetic situation called either Lynch syndrome or FAP, and there are separate genetic tests to look for those. But for the rest of us that are average risk between 45 and 75, there are a variety of tools that your doctor can use or that you can do on your own to get up to date on your screening.
Now, Doctor, can you share some details on at-home test collection kits that are currently available?
Yeah, the good news is there are a variety of approved, very simple to use tests. LabCorp has one called the FIT test, which looks for antibodies to blood in the stool. And in just a minute or so, in the privacy of your own bathroom, you get a tiny stool sample from a bowel movement, put it into the collection container, and mail it back directly to the laboratory, where in just a couple of days, we'll let you know whether there was blood in that sample so that your doctor knows what to do next. Now, for the average risk population, somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 10% of people will get a positive test, and then that can be followed up with a colonoscopy to do a more direct intervention. But for the rest, you generally do the test about once a year, and then over time, that can catch it early enough that you can intervene if it turns into a polyp or an adenoma or cancer.
Now, what is the impact of early detection in a patient?
Well, the good news is because colorectal cancer is relatively slow growing compared to other cancer types, if you catch it early, it often can be completely removed and the person can be totally cured with frequent follow-ups. So on average, following the regular screening guidelines, we can find about 3 extra cases per 1,000 people from the screenings. And if you think about hundreds of millions of Americans, that is quite a lot of people that we can identify early, cure their cancer, and save their lives.
Wish we could have done that for Christy Alley and Chadwick Boseman. That would have been great. Where can our viewers go for more information on screening options?
It's always a good idea to talk to your doctor about this and all of the other recommended healthcare preventive services that might be right for you based on your age, sex, and other risk factors and conditions you may have. We also have a lot of information available on the LabCorp website, which you can go to at labcorp.com/count on you, where you can learn about colorectal cancer, many other conditions, and you can even order one of these at-home colorectal cancer screening tests where we'll send it directly to you.
You know, I did mention Christy Alley and Chadwick Boseman because of what has happened to them. Do you think there's more awareness?
I certainly hope so. They were both terrific actors. Let them be an inspiration to get screened for all of the conditions that might be right for you, so that we can identify more cases early on and take care of them before they have tragic outcomes like those two.
I've been talking with Dr. Brian Caveney. Thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, James. I hope that all of your audience decides to catch up on their health care this year and take good care of themselves for 2023 and beyond.
You're making me feel guilty, doctor, so I guess I need to get checked up too.
Sounds good.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you so much, James. I appreciate your help.
Thank you.